everything which is going on in the world. There are so many intersectionalities which we are now figuring out, and we are realizing the powerhouse which women are and the role they play.
The voice that you have in this community is absolutely so important because we need to be vocal about the issues that we're faced with.
It's the multifaceted approach that the Y has, I feel, is some of the biggest contributor to changing the effects of racism in our communities.
YWCA's mission is to eliminate racism and empower women, and we really do that through 3 pillars, and that's racial justice, economic advancement and empowerment for women and girls, and health and safety for women and girls.
The STEM 3 program is a program for girls and girls of color to expose them to STEM career fields.
STEM careers right now are some of the highest paying positions. So when we think about economic advancement, when we think about equity, we have to make sure that the women of the future are in these positions.
The last program is a mentorship program for young Latino women navigating the waters of graduating from high school,
to help them see other girls just like them and try to achieve similar goals.
We were really excited to have Reading to End Racism come to our school and work with our children from kindergarten through 8th grade. Beautiful stories of the successes of many people, but also some of the challenging histories of our world.
We're celebrating 10 years of Reading to End Racism. We've also expanded it so that parents have the education and resources they need to be able to have these critical conversations and discussions with their children. We've expanded it to make sure that we're looking at longer-term programs, like Who Tells the Story, working with community activists who are also able to build relationship with them.
I'm able to share with the children at a personal level so that they can see that these aren't just stories that are separate from them, but they totally weave into their lives as well. And that's when things touch the heart. That's when things change.
The goal of Persimmon Early Learning is to provide the highest quality early education from infancy to pre-kindergarten for children. We are a Colorado Shines 4-rated center.
All of our staff here are ECT qualified, which is Early Childhood Teacher Qualifications. The work we do here at Persimmon is more than just watching children. We really strive for working towards developmental milestones. It's been very refreshing to see the amount of families we are able to impact with the care and flexibility we offer.
Having organizations like this where we're able to provide that really high quality care without charging families more than they can afford is rare, and it's special, and it's something that this field really needs more of.
A lot of the early childhood ed centers are closing because of lack of funding and because they're having a hard time keeping teachers. A lot of teachers are burning out, they're not making a livable wage, they're not getting health insurance that they need, and so they're fleeing, and so that affects families.
Right now, our teachers work a 32-hour week. They're paid for a 40-hour week, but this gives them a little bit of space to be able to make sure that they're also taking care of their own health and safety. I think during COVID what we saw is that the rest of the world started to pay attention to, wow, without early childhood education and care, people can't get back to the workforce. And with so many women fueling our workforce, it was seen as essential to our economy. The unfortunate part is that that intensity has not continued. And so as we're coming out of COVID, that funding has gone away. We are now, many of us, in a situation where we're having to figure out how to backfill those dollars. And I think that's not a sustainable long-term solution, which is why the time is now. It's why we're doing advocacy right now.
We cannot sit back and not have a voice and not make a difference.
It's just really great that you have become a lot more of an activist organization. I see you guys everywhere.
I mean, the last year with Roe versus Wade being overturned has just been so devastating.
We just saw affirmative action come down. Advocating for change and advocating to empower women and minority groups is always important work because you always have to push forward.
There is so much that we can do right now and that we need to do right now. We have been able to create greater protections, not only for women and individuals here in Colorado, but even more important for all of the bordering states where those rights are being taken away. That would not happen without individuals coming together and creating powerful coalitions and collaborations. I've been really inspired to see a lot of our younger women who are really stepping into this movement, and they are speaking up about what they are experiencing and being able to testify to really get these bills passed.
I think we have an incredible ecosystem wherein we have a lot of passion. What we do need is resources, we need support, and we need community. And that's why I believe that this is the best time wherein we can gather all these emotions, all the hurt, all the grieving, and all the hope we all have and come together and truly create a system which is more kinder and which is just healthier and happier.
There is no place for hate in our society, for minorities, for women, for LGBTQ plus people, for anybody. And that conversation is getting louder, and I think that's why the time is now to advocate.
Now more than ever, it is so critical and has been so appreciated that our donors have really stepped up to make sure that we have the resources we need to be able to continue to do this work. That we have fair salaries for the incredible teachers and employees working in the nonprofit sector, that we can make sure that every family has access and opportunity to quality early child care, that every young girl has the opportunity to explore STEM.
My greatest hope is for the young people all across this country that know that there's parts of the society that are broken and wrong, and we're voting now, and we are going to college, and we are getting jobs, and we are going to make change in our communities and in this country.